One of the most fascinating aspects about the third Fatima prophecy is how it has been shrouded in mystery for decades, fueling theories, speculation, and a sense of uncertainty. The curious thing is that despite being officially revealed in 2000, many believe that part of the message is still hidden, jealously guarded by the Church. Have you ever wondered why these secrets have generated so much fear and what impact they have on the present? Could it be that we are already living what the prophecy anticipated? The answer is disturbing. The secrets of Fatima spoke of global conflicts, persecutions of Christians, and the resurgence of oppressive ideologies. And as we look at the world today, with political and social tensions on the rise, it is hard not to wonder if we are already seeing the first signs of its fulfillment. Prophecy is not just an ancient tale. It seems to resonate louder in our time. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. In the context of this mysterious revelation, we cannot ignore the symbolism of Our Lady's apparitions in 1917 in the midst of war-torn Europe. Through 3 humble shepherd children, Mary conveyed a message of penance and prayer, urging humanity to correct its ways. 6 apparitions occurred between May and October of that year, culminating in an astonishing miracle in the sky, the miracle of the sun. Thousands of people witnessed how the sun seemed to move in an unusual way, an event that was widely reported and remains one of the most talked about phenomena at Fatima. However, what captured worldwide attention was not only the miracle, but the secrets that Mary confided to Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta. The first 2 secrets centered on the vision of hell and the prediction of World War II. But it was the third secret that generated the most buzz. Lucia, the only one of the children to survive the Spanish flu, lived until 2005 and was the keeper of this last enigma. This third secret, partially revealed in 2000, was described by Pope John Paul II as a warning about the persecution of Christians and the sufferings of humanity. But many wonder if the true revelation goes further, and if this is the moment when all the hidden aspects will begin to manifest. The revelation of the third secret in the year 2000 brought to light one of the most disturbing mysteries in the recent history of the Church. This vision, which describes the intense suffering of humanity, also carries with it an urgent message of penitence and hope. For decades, Lucia dos Santos, the last of the 3 child seers of Fatima, guarded this secret with great caution, until, by order of the bishop, it was finally shared with the world. This secret begins with the vision of an angel holding a flaming sword, ready to set the world on fire. However, the flames emerging from the sword are stopped by the radiance emanating from Our Lady's right hand. This detail highlights the protective power of the Virgin, symbolizing that, although humanity is on the brink of destruction, divine intervention can prevent disaster. The angel, with a strong voice full of authority, repeatedly cries out, "Penance! Penance! Penance! Penance!" a direct call to humanity to reflect and repent of its sins. We live in uncertain times, where global conflicts and social tensions lead us to question the direction humanity has taken. The third prophecy of Fatima is not only a warning from the past, but a guide to understanding the challenges we face today. If you have wondered how these divine messages can illuminate your path and offer answers in the midst of so much confusion, we have something special for you. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook delves into his prophecies and offers a glimpse of what lies ahead. It is available for free at the commentary posted. Grab it now before we run out of editions. In the vision, Lucia also observes a bishop dressed in white, whom she identified as the Holy Father, climbing a steep mountain. Throughout his ascent, he is accompanied by other religious priests and lay faithful, all grieving and praying for the souls they meet on their way. This scene of profound sadness and desolation reflects not only the challenges of faith, but also the persecution the Church has faced over the centuries. The Holy Father walks through a city in ruins, a powerful symbol of the consequences of conflict and human suffering. The climax of the vision comes when the Pope, along with the other religious, is shot by a group of soldiers who fire arrows and bullets, bringing with them a scene of tragedy and pain. This image has been interpreted by many as an allegory of the internal and external struggles that the Church has faced, as well as of the direct attacks against the figure of the pontiff and his followers. The apparitions of Fatima in 1917 marked a before and after in the history of the Christian faith. For 6 consecutive months, 3 humble shepherds in Portugal, Lucia, Francisco and Jacinta, witnessed events that would reverberate for generations. Every 13th of the month, between May and October of that year, the Virgin Mary appeared to them with urgent messages, calling humanity to conversion and the prayer of the Rosary, in the midst of the devastation left by the First World War. The third secret, the most enigmatic of all, not only foretells suffering, but also shows us a path of hope. In the 6th and final apparition on October 13, 1917, Mary revealed to the children a vision of hell, the place of torment where souls who turn away from God suffer eternally. This vision was brief but intense and left a deep mark on the young visionaries. From then on, Our Lady urged humanity to pray without ceasing to prevent more souls from being damned. Years later, Lucia, the only one of the 3 children to survive the Spanish flu pandemic, was given the mission to record the 3 secrets Our Lady entrusted to them. The first, a description of hell. The second, the prediction of the end of World War I and the beginning of a second if humanity did not change its ways. And the third, the most mysterious of all, remained sealed until the year 2000. This third secret, when opened, revealed not only suffering and death, but a warning, an urgent call to penance and prayer. The vision contained shocking images, such as that of a bishop dressed in white, identified by many as the Pope, walking toward his tragic fate. As we unravel these mysteries, remember that the ebook on the apparitions of Jesus is available, but there are few units available, so be sure to download it before it sells out. All around him, a scene of destruction, with martyrs shedding their blood for the faith. However, even in the midst of this grim scene, 2 angels would appear, collecting the blood of the martyrs and using crystal swabs to bless the souls ascending to God. This act symbolized that, although suffering is part of human existence, sacrifice for the sake of faith always has a redemptive meaning. Many initially associated this part of the vision with the attack on Pope John Paul II in 1981, exactly on May 13th, the anniversary of the first apparition. However, as he survived the attack, doubts arose as to whether this event was really the fulfillment of the third secret. This interpretation was clarified by then Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, who emphasized that the vision should not be taken as a literal prediction, but as a warning of the dangers humanity faces if it does not change its course. On October 13, 1917, an unprecedented event gathered a large crowd in the small village of Fatima, Portugal. Tens of thousands of people gathered to witness what was to be the last apparition of the Virgin Mary to the 3 shepherd children. Amidst the bustle and anticipation, something happened that puzzled believers and skeptics alike. the sun began to move in a way that many described as a dance in the sky, changing colors and appearing to move closer and farther away from Earth. As the crowd watched, some fell to their knees, others wept or prayed, in awe of what they saw. This phenomenon, later known as the miracle of the sun, left a deep impression on all present, including journalists and other witnesses who documented what happened. Mary, on this occasion, manifested herself with a clear message, insisting on the need for conversion and penance. She spoke of the importance of praying the Rosary as a means of attaining peace and drawing closer to God. It was a crucial moment, as the world was still engulfed in the horrors of World War I, and the future of humanity hung in the balance. Our Lady not only offered a message of warning, but also a way to spiritual salvation through devotion and prayer. Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta, the three shepherds who were chosen as messengers of these heavenly events, remained central figures in these apparitions. Despite their youth and lack of academic training, these children demonstrated incredible strength of spirit. They lived in a small village surrounded by hills and fields, leading a simple life, dedicated to shepherding and prayer, influenced by the faith of their families. What stands out most is how, through their innocence and devotion, they managed to transmit such a powerful message to millions of people around the world. Francisco, with his serene and contemplative temperament, found a deep connection with God in nature, while Jacinta, always full of compassion, had a particular interest in praying for those who suffered the most. Lucia, with her strong sense of responsibility, led her cousins in the mission entrusted to them, being a key figure in bringing the message of Fatima to the world. These apparitions and the miracle witnessed not only impacted the eyewitnesses, but transformed the lives of these three shepherds in an irreversible way. As we explore the impact of the secrets of Fatima, it's a good time to remember that access to our exclusive ebook is quickly running out. Take advantage of the opportunity and get a copy before they are gone. Each of the three children of Fatima was deeply touched by the mystical experiences they lived, reflecting, in their own way, the greatness of God's love. From the first apparitions of the angel in 1916, Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta began to perceive the magnitude of the mission entrusted to them. The quiet life they led as shepherds in the hills of Fatima would soon be transformed into a living testimony of faith, sacrifice, and dedication. That spring afternoon in 1916, as the children were shepherding their sheep, an unknown light appeared above them. It was the angel of peace, a heavenly messenger who, through 3 visits, would prepare the children for the momentous events to come. The angel's presence was described as ethereal, almost crystalline, a manifestation that surpassed anything they had imagined. With words full of serenity, the angel invited them to adore the Holy Trinity and to offer prayers and sacrifices for the conversion of sinners. Each encounter with the angel was a step closer to an understanding of spirituality and devotion. The message he conveyed was clear. Their lives would not be ordinary. They had been chosen for a divine mission, a mission that would require of them sacrifices, constant prayer, and unwavering faith. After each apparition, the children spent hours in prayer, internalizing what they had seen and heard. The angel also showed them the value of sacrifice. In one of the apparitions, he offered them the Eucharist, urging them to receive the body and blood of Christ as reparation for the sins of the world. This sacred act marked a before and after in the spiritual life of the children, who from then on committed themselves to offer their lives as a sacrifice for the redemption of souls. When, in May 1917, the Virgin Mary made her first apparition, the children were already prepared, body and soul, for the monumental task entrusted to them. For 6 months, every 13th day, Mary confided to them messages that would change the history of the Christian faith forever. Jacinta, filled with a joy she could not contain, felt unable to keep secret what she had experienced. Her heart, as if it were a volcano of emotions, beat with an intensity that did not allow silence. As she shared her experience, news of the Lady of the Rosary spread throughout the region, drawing crowds to Cova da Iria. However, the attention was not always positive. As the devotion of the faithful grew, skepticism and opposition also arose. The 3 children, who until then had led a simple life, began to face interrogations and doubts, even from those closest to them. Divided families and local authorities tested their faith, but the shepherds, young and humble, were undeterred. They bravely faced every challenge, convinced that what they had seen and heard was true. A key moment in this story occurred when the local authorities, led by an openly hostile official, decided to take the children by force. In an attempt to make them confess and reveal the secrets they believed they were hiding, they tried to intimidate them. But far from giving in, Francisco, Lucia and Jacinta stood firm, trusting in the protection of the Virgin Mary. Francisco, serene as always, said, "No matter what happens, we will go to heaven." For the 3 shepherds, faith was a flame that burned constantly, illuminating their path even in the darkest moments. On this journey through the mystery of prophecy, don't forget that you can delve even deeper with our ebook. There are only a few units available, so be sure to download it before it sells out. If this message makes you reflect and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thank you. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. Thank you. Throughout those months, the divine presence became more and more real for the children. Jacinta, with her joyful and generous character, turned each day into an opportunity to offer sacrifices for lost souls. Francisco, on the other hand, found solace in silence and prayer, dedicating himself to contemplation. Lucia, the eldest of the 3, became the main bearer of Our Lady's message, sharing it with those who wished to listen. The story of these 3 shepherds is not only one of apparitions, but also of a profound spiritual transformation. What began as a humble life in a small village became a powerful witness of faith and endurance.